everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. So here I am again in front of the camera. I have avoided, and I mean really avoided, the last two videos to be in front of the camera. Don't ask me why. People think that I love being in front of camera, and I don't like it. I promise you, I just don't like it. But here I am again in front of the camera, making a fool of myself again. I get nervous. I cannot talk. And I already have issues talking, so yeah, tough, really tough. Years ago, I did a tutorial on gold highlighters, and I explained the different ones that you can find in the market. And of course, things have changed through the years, so you will find new ones in the market. So I just wanted kind of to revamp the video, but mostly I want to teach you how to use the highlighters. There's more products in the market, so I just wanted to make sure that you guys know that most of the products that are gold highlighters are still really non-edible. There's only one product that will be edible. I did this cake somewhere in here. It's been a while ago, and people were asking me, how did you do that? So here is the video for that. We're gonna be learning. Ooh, that was lame. I will be teaching you how to work with molds. Molds are so much fun. They're easy. I'm going to be teaching you how to do this. This is kind of like a keyhole. And then I'm going to be teaching you how to do the little key. So it's a very simple way to learn how to work with molds, how to paint them with gold highlighter, and how to put them in your cake.
You see that? You see that? You see that? We're going to be learning that.
Here is the key. You got the key to my heart. You got the lock, and you got the key. Two little things for you, okay? We're gonna have fun with this. This is basically like a cake lock, is it? You know, like too much talking. I don't know. Yes. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let's get started. And here we have our mold. The first thing we're gonna do is take some shortening, just a little bit, and spread it around the mold. You want to make sure that you spread it everywhere, and it is important that you don't use too much of it. Using too much can fill the cavities of the mold, and this will prevent the gum paste to get a good impression. Once you have your mold ready, you can take some shortening and spread it in your hands like it's hand cream. This will prevent the gum paste to stick to your hands. Plus, it will help to knead the gum paste and bring some moisture to it. If your gum paste feels like it has a layer of powder on it, that means that you need to condition it by kneading some shortening in it. Dry gum paste cracks easier, so it's very important that you do this step. Once you have conditioned the gum paste, you can roll it in between the palms of your hands. This will create heat and will help smooth any cracks in the gum paste. You want to get rid of the cracks as much as you can, or they can transfer into your design. For the key, you want to roll the gum paste in a bowl, then you will roll it into a log. Don't work with a lot of gum paste. The key won't need a lot. Eventually you get used to how much gum paste to use for each mold, but you can always cut excess gum paste away. Start by pressing the gum paste inside your mold. Press well so you make sure all the cavities are filled. I start at the top and keep going down, pressing the excess gum paste towards the bottom. Once I have all the gum paste inside my mold, I'm going to take a palette knife and cut the excess gum paste away. Once you have the correct amount of gum paste, you want to make sure that everything is even, and you want to take all around the corner and push everything towards the inside. That way, all the border around the key is clean. After I have done this, I place my mold in the freezer. Since this is small and it has a little thin area, putting it in the freezer will help it unmold really easily. While the key is in the freezer, I'm gonna get ready for my keyhole. And same thing, I'm just gonna start with a bigger piece of gum paste that I'm gonna roll in a log form. And I'm just gonna press it in my mold. Remember to pre-treat the mold with some shortening before you do this. But same technique, you just wanna press hard enough so all the gum paste goes inside of all the cavities of the mold. In this case, I have the perfect amount of gum paste for this mold. But if you had more, you would do exactly the same as you did with the key. You would take it to one side or maybe the center and just cut it. You want to make sure that all the edges are clean, so press towards the inside. Make sure that everything is smooth because this will actually help to place it better on the cake. And you're gonna place this mold in the freezer so it cools down. In here, I'm making another keyhole so I can show you what happens if you don't have enough gum paste. What you wanna do is make sure that everything is level, and if you're missing gum paste in an area, you can actually take a little bit of gum paste and just add it. You make sure that you smooth it all and that you don't see a lot of lines in there and it doesn't show in the front of the mold. Most of the time when this happens, I just rather start from scratch. I left my piece in the freezer for around 5 minutes. The longer you leave the piece in the freezer, the harder it will get. I took it before so I can show you how flexible it can be. But if you want something that is a little bit stronger, leave it for a longer period. Now we're ready to start painting. You really need a brush that is not too hard or not too soft. It needs some movement. It doesn't have to be an expensive brush, but just make sure that is one that you use only for your highlighter. This in here is a perfect example of a brush that might be too soft. It tends to leave a little bit more streaks. The same would happen if you use a brush that is too stiff. This is the container I always use for my highlighter. Basically, I always put more dust in here and add more of the lemon extract and mix it in the same container, and any leftover, I would just close it tight and use it for the next time. So you can always reuse the same one and don't lose any powder. This is expensive, so we want to save as much as we can. Use lemon extract because it actually dries faster than vodka. You can use other alcohols that have more alcohol content, but lemon extract works really well, and I've been using it forever. The lemon flavor is not a problem because you're not supposed to eat this gold highlighter. Years ago, when I started using the gold highlighter, I used to use vodka. But one day, I didn't have any vodka, so I had to use the lemon extract. And I found out it dries a lot faster than vodka. So that for me was a plus. I never went back to vodka for this. You want to make sure that all the powder is really mixed very well with the lemon extract. How much lemon extract to powder you use? Well, you kind of saw how much I had in there. This is very tricky. I mean, it's really difficult for me to say how much you will need of each. All you need to know is you don't want a thick gel because it wouldn't paint nicely, or you don't want it too thin because it'll leave streaks. No matter what, it is an easy fix. If it's too thick, just add a little bit more lemon extract, or if it's too thin, you can either add more powder or let the vodka or lemon extract evaporate. No matter what, once you start painting, you will know if your highlighter is too thick or too thin. As you see in here, I'm making sure that all the sides are painted. They're very hard to paint once you paint the top, so I rather usually start with the sides and then finish with the top. Once you paint this, you can let it dry for a few minutes and then you can place it on your cake. If you touch it and it takes away some of the paint because it's not fully dry, you can always retouch it when it's on the cake. But that is a lot easier than trying to paint this on top of the cake. You can watch this old video that I did years ago where I explained the different gold highlighters that are in the market. And there's plenty of more out there. I will post on the box below my favorite ones with the links to them. Here I am unmolding the key. I didn't leave this one for as long as I did with the keyhole, so it's softer. If you're not used to working with molds and gum paste, I would suggest for you to leave this for a longer period in the freezer so it gets harder than what you saw right now. No matter which mold you're working with, it is important to have a very light hand with everything that is molded. That way you won't press on the delicate details of the mold. You want to paint all around the key to make sure that all the borders are painted, and then you will paint the center of the key. Keep in mind that gold highlighters are not edible. You can use them on your cakes, but you can use them on pieces like this, pieces that you can detach from the cake before you serve your cake. So you can use them, but not to eat them. Very important. If you need a cake that is fully gold, then you need to use maybe the gold leaf, or you can buy the 24 karat gold, which is the only gold highlighter that is edible. Any other one that you see around that is not 24 karat gold is not edible. The only downfall of the 24 karat and the gold leaf is that they can be expensive, and the gold leaf can be a little bit tricky to add to your cake. But both are really beautiful options. If your budget is low, you can always airbrush your cake. The colors of the golds that are out there are not exactly like the one like I'm brushing in here on this piece. They're a little bit muted, but they still can make beautiful cakes. So if you need a gold cake, that's another option you can use. No matter what, painting details in gold highlighter will make your cakes really, really beautiful. And even though they're non-edible, you can still use them. Just make sure to tell your clients or your family or whoever you're making this cake for to take the pieces away before you cut the cake. And here is the finished cake. All the gold pieces are painted before I place them in the cake. All of them, including the bands. You can actually paint the bands and let them dry for a few minutes before you grab them and place them on top of the cake. The lemon extract will help you with this. Just a little bit of gold will make a very simple cake look amazing. In the box below, you're gonna find all the links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. What else? Oh, my blog. It's a new year, so we'll see how it goes. New website, new year, lots of work. I've been doing this for years already, and I still love to help you. So, if I can, I will. So if I can do a video, I'll do it. I'm planning to do more advanced tutorials too, and your basic tutorials. So we'll see how it goes. Just know that I'm only one. So it's a little bit slower for me, but I'm gonna try my best to move things on, work on the blog, post on the blog, post in here, stay with Facebook, Instagram. Oh my God, you're my cake family. So just remember that I love you guys. You're like my friends. So, I really, really love to help you guys as much as I can, even though it gets crazy on this side, but I do my best. I really do my best. Please, please, please subscribe. I love you guys. Hugs from my house to your house. And I'll see you on the next tutorial. Until next time. Ta-ta! This is a really fun, easy way to decorate a cake. This is a really fun way to decorate it. Yeah. I cannot talk. I really, yeah. Did I just burp? Sassy. 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 Years ago, I did it. Until next time, ta-ta!